Hey there! I hope you enjoyed your Get to Know You activities where you were asked what color your toothbrush is 7,000 times. Isn't friendship grand? Well, now it's time for class. I am one of your professors, a cishet white man. Hello, I'm some other guy. And me, a woman. Also white, cisgender, heterosexual, heteroromantic, allosexual, allromantic, monogamous, neurotypical, able-bodied, native-born American, but not Native American, and native English speaker. Obviously. We're going to instruct you in such classes as child development, professionally educating as a professional in the profession of education professionally, handling our special students, and how to make tests. So listen carefully. Sometimes you'll hear teachers say that they don't believe in homework, but it can really help students to apply their skills in a different environment. Classrooms need homework. I don't believe in homework. It doesn't help the students to learn, and it puts a lot of unnecessary stress on their shoulders. Your homework on this topic will be a page-long essay, double-spaced, with proper citation. Something really important in your teaching is to vary your teaching techniques. You need to use a lot of teaching strategies to keep things lively and adaptable. I prepared a slideshow on this topic, just like the slideshow I used for every single other topic that we've studied. Never acknowledge gay people exist. Talking about LGBT topics is just not appropriate in a classroom setting. I'm the most queer-friendly teacher on campus. I don't do anything, but I do exist. One of the most important aspects of teaching, you can tell because we'll talk about it for many weeks. Writing your content objectives on the board? No, it's student engagement. Student engagement and student motivation. Students can be more engaged when the lesson ties into their interests. You can learn about your students' interests and their experiences and their backgrounds to help them want to succeed. That's right. For younger students, you might try making a game about what you're learning to make it more fun. Your students have so many interests you can tap into. Favorite animal, favorite sport, artistic ability. And if you're teaching college students, universally, you'll find their biggest interest is intimate and personal details about their own lives. So have them write a paper. Content objectives must be displayed prominently in the classroom. Content objectives must be discussed and defined clearly for the class. Content objectives must align with state standards. Grouping is crucial. Be sure to put your students into effective groups. How do you make these groups effective? We won't tell you, but the grouping is imperative. When you teach, you should be a support for your students' mental health. For your homework, it'll be a short reflection on what you learned. 1 to 2 paragraphs and at least 1,000 words. You'll have covered everything there is to say in about 100 words, but you need to write more. Try restating the question. Try bringing up a tangentially related personal experience. Yes, divulge the trauma. Try just writing random words that often go together in a sentence structure so you appear smart, like an AI. Or don't do that, because half the time, the word count doesn't factor into the grade. Are you gonna risk it? Good, you wrote 1,000 words. Your 1 to 2 paragraphs are uncomfortably long because our 2 length requirements were incompatible. But at least you did answer this single question we asked and gave me something to spend 2 minutes reading. Now, science shows that students benefit from having breaks.
Optimize learning time. When you have your students line up for lunch, learning time is lost. Learning time is lost when taking attendance. Stop wasting your learning time and optimize. Optimize. Learning time. When you have your students line up for lunch, learning time is lost. Learning time is lost when taking attendance. Learning time is lost when taking attendance. Optimize learning time. Optimize learning time. Learning time is lost. Learning time is lost when taking attendance. Stop wasting your learning time. Stop wasting your learning time. And optimize.
Students benefit from taking breaks and having time to themselves, which you'd know all about, being that this, your college experience, is the most discretionary time you'll ever have in life. Yep, you heard that right. Those hours in the grocery store trying to figure out which ramen you can afford. I hope you're enjoying them, because it only gets worse from here. What's that do to your will to live?